Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and peace and blessings unto the elect. So I was sitting back and I was just thinking a couple of days ago about all the treachery, all the abominations, all the wickedness, and all the wickedness that the so-called white man has done in the earth. You know, the things that I could think about at the time, you know, things that was going through my mind. And even though, you know, we understand the scriptures, we understand what time we're in, you know, being in this flesh, you know, sometimes you be in amazement, you know, at certain things, though we understand these scriptures, you know. And I was just thinking about all the chaos and confusion that the so-called white man has caused. And I was like, God damn, this man has created a great big fucking mess in the earth. Okay, and the only ones that can make sense of what's going on is the elect. Okay, is the elect of the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, not even the elites. Okay, because if they can make sense of this whole, it can make sense of every. Wouldn't trying to attempt to set up a new world order on this earth. They wouldn't attempt to try to fight against Yahweh Shai when he comes back. Okay, so really the only one that can really make sense of everything that's going on in the world and in a full spectrum is the elect. Okay, because this so-called white man that created so much confusion here in the planet Earth, you know, starting here in America and spreading the American way, so to speak, or Babylon the Great way around the world. That's why I have this scripture pulled up on the screen. You also read about Babylon the Great. Well, you read about Babylon the Great 2 times in the scriptures. It's Revelation 17:5, Revelation 18:2. Okay. And what I do, I'll stop speaking. I'm gonna go ahead and read. I'll read both of these verses. Okay, this is Revelation 17:5, and it read, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Okay, and this Babylon the Great is America. Okay, in the Bible, this is a code name for America in the Bible, and the description of this Babylon the Great is the mother of harlots through spreading witchcraft. Okay. And all these different philosophies throughout the earth. Okay, getting people to stray away from their way, so to speak. Were first and foremost the Israelites through what different philosophies. Okay, and it says, and abominations of the earth. That's why, you know, I thought about Babylon the Great when I thought about that phrase. This man has created a great big mess. Everything is out of order. Okay, read Revelation 18:2, and this is a point that I want to make. I really want to go into the word Babylon the Great. It says, this is Revelation 18:2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen and is become the habitation of devils and the hole of every foul spirit, and cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, what I want to pull out of this is the word Babylon the Great. And really we focus on the word Babylon the Great, just mean that whatever Babylon means, which we know, but I'm going to pull the word anyway. It's great. So let's look at this word Babylon. So it's if I can pronounce this correctly, Babylon. That's in the Greek, okay? And it says confusion. Now the root of it goes back to the Hebrew word babal, okay? And it's the same definition. It equals confusion by mixing, okay? That's that's what the so-called white man has done. He's mixed up all these different philosophies, okay? All these different concepts. And set it about in his kingdom, in his empire, as if this an organization. No, it represents confusion. Now, one of the prime examples is homosexuality. They teach that as if homosexuality is normal. Okay? As if transgender is normal. Okay? They teach as if young boys growing up in this soft, subtle spirit is okay. And young girls growing up in this boisterous, out of order, okay, spirit, dressing promiscuous, okay? And I was thinking about all these things, man. They teach you all these lies and all this bullshit in the public school system, okay? It's so many layers of confusion that this man has got out here that the only way you really gonna come to your senses is if the Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai wake you up to this truth, okay, and give you understanding of these scriptures. Otherwise, you're gonna be caught up in this confusion, okay? That's why you have people here in this so-called country that'll make the statement, or they're okay with homosexuality, okay? And you can't speak against it, okay? You go inside of a grocery store, you don't know. Well, basically everything in there is GMO, pretty much. And if you go to the Whole Food, you don't really know what they doing to the food. Okay, it's already been brought out that a lot of that stuff in there is GMO, as far as the fruit, okay, and the vegetables, I believe, or your Sprouts or your Trader Joe's or your farmers market, okay. I seen a video about I forget which city a particular farmer market was in, and a lot of that stuff wasn't even naturally grown. Okay, you can't get, people don't even know what real food is. They think GMO, this processed food, for the most part, most people here in this country, okay, they believe that's food. That's not food. That's a chemical concoction, okay? Is what the people believe to be food. But because this man has created such a mess, such a state of confusion, people don't know because they're bugged out. They're bugged out of their damn mind. Okay? That they can't sift through the confusion to see what it really is. A good example, if me and a brother was talking earlier, if a mechanic mechanics have a tool set, okay, or toolbox, and if you're going to work or do a particular job on a car, if that toolbox is not well ordered or organized, okay, and it's the tools is all over the place. We're talking about a big toolbox, not the small one, but a big toolbox, with the whole 9 in there. All the tools that you need, okay? And those tools are all over the place. You got socket, wrenches all over the place, screw. Everything is all over the place. Different size, sockets everywhere. When he go to do that job, he's gonna be in a state of confusion, trying to sift through those tools so that he can do his job. Versus if he had everything laid out and organized, he can go to the particular tool that he need or tools that he need without being confused to get the job done. And I know a little bit about cars. I do a little bit of work on vehicles myself. And when your toolbox is in order, you can grab that tool fit for what you need to do. Versus if you got everything scattered, you're going to be picking through, looking, really in a state of confusion, and you'll come around to it, getting what you need, but you causing confusion with that great big mess in your tools. And I'm just using that as an example that when things are not organized and in order properly and are all messed up or mixed up, okay, a great big mess before you, you are going to be in a state of confusion. Now, what I want to do, I'm just going to web search this word confusion. And I'll do this. Now, we know what confusion is, but I want to get some synonyms to the word confusion. So I'll go right here. Or this is for the word confuse. This is just synonyms. Okay, it says, I'll just pick out some. So I'll stick to this list right here. It says discomfort, discompose, discontinence, phase, fog, fuddle, non-post, rattle, shame, stump, unhinge, lead astray, mess up. Okay, it says render uncertain, stir up, throw off balance. Okay, and that's the intentions of the so-called white man. That's it. That was his intention, to set up a place of great confusion so that nobody can see all the wickedness that he's doing. That's why if we go back to the scripture, okay, Revelation 17:5. It says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. Okay. The mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Okay. So Babylon the Great is a place of great confusion, and that's obviously here in America. Obviously here in America, man. And then you have these other nations that come over here, and they children grow up over here and they become confused. Okay? Greatly confused. You have our people, the reason they are in such a jacked up state of mind is because they have been drenched or saturated here in Babylon in the ways of Babylon the Great, okay? You can be a Muslim one day, you can be a Buddhist the next day. Then you can leave off from Buddhism, go to Christianity. You can leave Christianity, go off into Scientology, leave Scientology, go back to being a so-called or being a Christian, okay? Or you can just be a lazy nigga that lay around all day, okay? Or you can just be a man that works his 9 to 5, working towards getting a promotion, and just live life here in Babylon the Great. Believe in the democratic process, you vote, okay? Which all this is all smoke and mirrors, man, okay? It's all, this place is got all this confusion going on in it, and nobody really knows the truth except for the elect, okay? When you try to get to when you think you know about economics, if you go to the root of how the economic system is set up, you'll find out that damn, this shit is confusing. But if the Most High is dealing with you, though it's confusing, you'll understand the confusion, okay? Because you'll understand what's really going on, or how the economic system is set up, and it's set up based upon credit. It's a credit-based system, and there's so much you can really bring out. I just touched on a couple of things, you know. People think they're free when they're actual contractual slaves, okay? And the list goes on, man. The so-called white man has created a great big mess in the earth, and our Lord and Savior Yahushua is coming to clean this place up by destroying the so-called white man's confusion and setting up order here in the earth. Order according to this law, statutes, and commandments of this Bible. That's order. When you stray away from that, then you dealing with confusion. So that was pretty much it, man. There's a lot more I could have said and points I could have made, and of course many scriptures could got brought out, but this was more of a video to rant about how the so-called white man has jacked up the earth and created a great big mess. And all you have to do is sit back and think about your life, especially if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, and just look at your life and look at all the shit you done been through. And really the root cause of all of it is because the so-called white man is in power. And he's not about order, he's about disorder. Okay? Creating disorder and chaos in the earth so that he can swindle the people, so that he can deceive the people. That's why he's known as the devil of this Bible. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone once again. The men that taught us through the Spirit. And peace and blessings unto the elect. And Lord willing, this video was edifying. Shalom.